In this world of technology, things are ever changing, rearranging. You need someone to help you out. I know someone who can.
Come and take a journey with me as we go through the land of technology. You'll never be alone. You'll be with Paul Amadeus Lane in the tech zone. Welcome to the tech zone. We on our tech flow, and it's still a global market in case you didn't know. So many guests, we not trying to impress. Just wanna pass off the info. You can do the rest. See, there's no escaping tech. It's part of our lives. Keep every individual connected worldwide. But all this innovation is more than entertainment. It's people like you paving a new way every day. So let your imagination run wild with all the things that you dream about. Cause the tech zone is on now with Paul Amadeus Lane. Blah. Come and take a journey with me as we go through the land of technology. You'll never be alone. You'll be with Paul Amadeus Lane in the tech zone.
Hello and welcome to this edition of the Tech Zone. I am Paul Amadeus Lane. I am so happy to be with you on the show today. We're going to talk about a couple of subjects that you're interested in. And I'm not being presumptuous or showing a lack of humility to think that I know what you like and what you want to listen to, but it's just common sense of why I think you're going to enjoy a couple of subjects that we're going to talk about today, and some very, very special guests who are going to deliver their knowledge, their insight on two particular subjects. You're probably thinking, okay, Paul, quit rambling. What are these subjects? Before I tell you, I want to let you know how you can connect with me and reach out to me, paulamadeouslane.com. And that is the way you can connect with me on social media, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, all the various forms of social media. You can definitely check me out. And don't forget, you're listening to the Tech Zone here on ABC News Radio, KMET here in Southern California. And we welcome all of our listeners and viewers worldwide. We thank you so much. And just a special thank you for last week's show. We did a special segment on clickbait. And all I have to say, this was one of our more popular shows. It helps me to see that clickbait is something on your mind, just to find out what it is and how you can protect yourself to make sure you don't get any viruses. And interesting thing about it, you probably are able to spot out clickbait now after our subject that we talked about last week with Alon Gihai, who's a digital security expert. I love having him on talking about that. So we hope that helped you to surf or check out your email a little bit more cautiously to make sure that you won't get caught up in the clickbait game. And they're getting pretty sophisticated. In one of my email addresses, I saw a couple a day. One dealt with saying that my Capital One card needs to be authenticated. Now, number one, that's not the email that I use for my credit card account. So I knew something was very suspicious. Another one was talking about something that I ordered. I don't use that to order anything. So those are kind of the common sense approaches that you can use when it comes to finding out if an email or something is actual clickbait. So be vigilant and just stay on top of it. All right, what are the subjects we're going to talk about today? We're going to talk about a revolution on the show today. What type of revolution and what does it have to do with technology? You're going to have to stay tuned to check it out. We're also going to talk about the forecast that a lot of the experts are talking about when it comes to spending during this time. We know we are in the latter part of October, getting ready to go into November. And what happens around this time? Well, a lot of spending happens around this time. So there's a lot of forecasts going around that spending around this time could reach, hold on to your seat, guys, nearly $100 billion this year. What's going to be driving some of that cost? Are some of these technologies to get that spending up there? We're going to be joined by a digital lifestyle expert going to talk about what he feels is going to be driving that revenue up during the next few months. All right, so that's the show that we have jam-packed today, so we're looking forward to it. I thought today we began our show with something that you may have noticed if you're on social media. Whether you're following some well-known personalities, some stars, you notice by their name they have maybe a verification like a blue check mark so that you know that it is them. Because let's face it, sometimes there are people who are impersonating certain people out there, and social media wants to make sure that whenever you follow someone, that it's the actual person and not someone trying to get rich off their name and do some nefarious acts out there. So it's definitely a safeguard. But have you ever wondered what the process is for someone to be verified? Let's say that you may come across an individual that you feel may be verified, and you know it is that person. Do you feel maybe apprehensive about following that person or interacting with that person because they don't have that blue check mark? It can be rather confusing, especially when you know that you are dealing with that person. What is kind of the process? Well, what I did was I did like a little undercover sting operation, and what I did was look at Instagram, and I looked at the way that they handle their verification process. So what I did a few weeks back is I applied for verification, because you can do that if you don't get verified. And a lot of people in the business do this because as they're building their brands and everything, they want to make sure that when people reach out to them, that they have the confidence that it's you and not somebody impersonating you. So I did everything that Instagram told me to do to get verified. Well, they contacted me 3 weeks ago, and this is what I received from them. It says your account wasn't verified because it doesn't meet the criteria for verification. You can submit another request in 30 days. So I started to do some research about this. What does it mean? The criteria, because you want to make sure that, if you are requesting these type of verifications and you're in the industry, that you are following the different process out there so that you can make sure that you are doing everything the right way. So what I did was, you can click, as you can see on the screen right now, when you can actually click on this. When you click on that, it brings you to a series of screens right here. Now you can see from left to right what these screens are. Now you may say, why in the world should I care about this? I'm not trying to get verified. I'm not in the industry, but it's good to know how companies, social media are verifying people in the process. So when you go there, it lets you know about the verification process. And for you, if you're not watching on live stream or YouTube, I'll go ahead and read. It comes to a screen that says verified badges. It says verified badges help people more easily find the public figures, celebrities, and brand they want to follow. And then you can learn more. It breaks it down in a series of different questions, like 1, what is a verified badge? And we click on there and it says a verified badge is a check that appears next to an Instagram account, name in search and on profile. It means Instagram has confirmed that an account is authentic, presence of the public figure, celebrity, or global brand it represents. Now, in my case, I went ahead and did this. I submitted information to show that it was me, so they had something to know that I'm the person on that Instagram account. And again, no matter where you're at in the business, if you're a big celebrity or just someone who's in the public eye, you want to make sure that people have confidence that it is you. So I followed all the things that Instagram told me to do. So then I went to the next question there. And again, if you're on the screen, you can check it out, where it talks about the requirements now. Now, these were the requirements that I followed. And it talks about we look for a number of factors when evaluating Instagram accounts to determine if they're in the public interest and meet the verification. Now, these are the things they look for. Authentic. Your account must represent a real person, registered, or entity. So when you look at that, check. That's me. I did that. All right, so that took us to the next question to look at. Unique. It says your account must be the unique presence of the person or business it represents. Only one account per person or business may be verified, with exceptions for language-specific accounts. We do not verify general interest accounts. Example and it said puppy memes. So it talks about that if you have a meme account, then you will not be verified, which makes sense. And then we look at the other criteria there. Complete. It says your account must be public and have a bio. Profile photo, at least one post. Your profile can't contain add me links to other social media. Okay. So check. So you can see that 3 out of 4 are easy to qualify for, right? But here is kind of like the selectiveness that they have. Because you may look at someone and say, how in the world did they get verified? You can look at another person and say, why are they not verified? And these are ones that are on television. These are ones that, you see every day. And this is kind of where they can cover themselves in this last one right here. Notable. It says, your account must represent a well-known, highly searched for person. Highly searched for person. Brand or entity. We review accounts that are featured in multiple news sources. And we do not consider paid or promotional content or sources for review. So when you look at that explanation, it really shows that they can be very, very selective about who they want to verify, and it kind of leaves it up for an interpretation. So as I started to research this, I reached out to Instagram, and these are the series of questions that I asked them. First one, I asked them, is the selection process through computer or human selection? So do humans actually go through each of these applications, to see, and do they search, or do they use like some type of computer data algorithm to find out? Now, the next question I asked them was, why isn't there an appeals process? So let's say that if a person feels that they've been in different news articles, they have proof, they can send it to them to reconsider, they don't have that appeals process. So I wanted to ask that question. What is kind of like the appeals process when it comes to this? And then I asked them two other questions. How do you choose who or what is in the public interest, and how do you define public interest? And I also asked them, how do they determine if a person is unique or not? In my opinion, if you have a bunch of stars, what makes a person unique? Because they are a star, correct? If you have a lot of YouTube stars, a lot of Facebook celebrities, social media celebrities, what makes them unique if there's a lot in the pot? To me, someone unique is someone who represents a underrepresented minority in their jobs or in their careers, right? Let's say if there was someone who was the only woman who was a head coach in the NBA or the NFL. That's unique, correct? Or what if a person who was a singer, who was blind, confined to a wheelchair, and learned to speak when they were like 25 years old? See, that's unique. But it seems like with social media and the way that they consider ones for the verification seems kind of skewed. So, again, hopefully we get a response from Instagram on these questions, because these are things that we want to find out, right? Especially if we're following people and thinking because they have that blue check mark that everything is copacetic, or they are, who they say they are, or ones who don't have this verification. Does that mean that they're not trustworthy, or they're not who they say they are? So it's pretty interesting. So we'll see if we get a response from them. Probably not. I mean, who am I? I'm nobody. All right, so with that being said, when we get back, we are going to talk about a revolution and how a particular bit of technology is going to be a part of that revolution. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more show coming up after these messages.
In this world of technology, things are ever changing, rearranging. You need someone to help you out. I know someone who can. Come and take a journey with me as we go through the land of technology. You'll never be alone. You'll be with Paul Amadeus Lane in the tech zone.